Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, my Facebook friends and family. How everyone is doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Gregory Wiles with his inspirational morning walk. Gregory Wiles with his inspirational morning walk. For first time listeners, this is Gregory Wiles coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Just get some exercise in the mornings and I just share my thoughts with you guys, whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day. I'll be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That is 7:30 Central Time. It's going to be 8:30 Eastern Time. So 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? We got a little better weather here, but we're actually chilly here. We're chilly to our standards. You guess it's about late 60s, just around the 70 mark. So that's nice, perfect weather for walking in the mornings, though. So yes, so we are much better weather today than early in the week. Yes, so just getting some exercise in to start the day, get the mind flowing, get the blood pumping, and get a good day in. So good morning to everyone. Good morning, wherever you are, whichever part of the world you are. I hope it's great wherever you are. And I want to wish you a great day today. Okay, alrighty. Okay, guys, so today, what I'm inspired. First, before I go on, I just want just remind people, if you miss anything, you can just go on YouTube. I usually put the link on here on these videos when I'm forwarding it throughout the day, or you could just go on to YouTube, Gregory Wiles, and just go on there, check out some stuff we do, and just please subscribe when you get on there. All the stuff that we did a lot of good stuff over the last few months. You can go on there. Sure, you're going to find something that will speak to you and give you some motivation to continue going, right? But today, what I want to talk about today, Keith Tillman, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing? What I want to talk about today is, what is your definition of success? What is your definition of success, right? Because I see this, just watching around, things are going on around daily, and I'm seeing this topic need to be addressed. What is your definition for success, right? So let's see what the dictionary say about success first, and then we'll get into it. So on the dictionary definition is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose, right? Or a person or thing that achieves desired aims or attain prosperity, right, is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, right? All right, and it said is, so what I want to say, and I see people make this mistake a lot, right? Here what success is not. Success is not what you have done compared to others. It's not what you have done compares to others, but what you have done compared to what you can do. Don't compare if you're successful or not versus what other people are doing, right? It compares to what you can do. So if your definition is success is versus what other people are doing, you might go on to live a very unhappy life and feel like a failure. Ms. Tessa Hunt, good morning, good morning. And you might go on to live an unhappy life feeling like you're a failure and you never achieving anything, right? Because remember, success is not what you do compared to what others have done. It's compared to what you can do, right? Let's take a quick quote here, and then I'm going to go into some examples and explain what I mean there, right? This guy said, success is when you fulfill everything you set out to do in life and are happy with what you are doing. It's when you fulfill everything you set out to do in life and are happy. And I like that quote because it didn't say what you compare to do what your neighbor did or what somebody else have done, right? So let's look at a few quotes, a few example here, and then might bring out this point that I'm talking about, right? Let's look at the last gymnastics world championships there. right? Simone Biles, she had won the all-around title by the widest margin ever. The widest margin ever. She had won the world all-around gymnastic title. When the commentators them so excited and went to interview her, she was disappointed with her performance. They say, "Oh, how you feel about winning by the widest margin?" So I'm disappointed with my performance. I didn't do my best. My performance was not my best. And they was like, "What? You realize you just won by the widest margin ever in this sport? And you saying your performance wasn't up to par?" You say, "Yes, my performance." You say I failed 2 times. I fall. That's not me. I got to clean this up before I go to the Olympics. And they was like, well, I'll take the mediocre performance any day if I'm going to be. But you see, she understand what success to her means, right? She wasn't comparing herself to the competition. She said, I did not do my best. Because if you understand how gymnastics works and how that would happen, if you choose a simple routine and you execute the routine perfectly, but the routine was a simple routine, you probably could your maximum score that you can earn is 2 points, right? So you would execute that routine perfectly, but your routine was a simple routine. But her routines are always taking more risks. She does a lot more and take more risks. So even if she did not execute perfectly and she fell off one of the apparatus and lose a whole point, she still ended up with 3 points because her routine probably started off at 4 points. She could have still lost a whole point and still win, right? But she's saying, it's not what the competition is doing. I comparing me to me. This was not my best performance. I'm not happy with it, right? Let's flip the script right now. In the last World Championships, track and field now, I know who was a sports junkie like myself, but they had 2 young women there, one Sydney McLaughlin and Dalilah Muhammad, right? In the 400-meter hurdles, both from US, right? The 400-meter hurdles, McLaughlin did a personal best, ran the fastest she ever ran in her life, break the old world record, and she got second, and she was happy with her performance, right? She did a personal best. That's the fastest she ever ran. She was happy. She got second, though, right? Because they had this other young lady, Dalilah Muhammad, who also ran a personal best and set a new world record, right? So, was McLaughlin successful or not? That's the question. Was she successful? In one case, Simone Biles won by the biggest margin and said, I'm not happy with my performance. The next case, this lady brought second, but she was happy with her performance, right? Because she ran the fastest she ever ran, execute perfectly everything her coach wanted her to execute. She ran the race that she was training to run for the last few years, and she did it perfectly, but she didn't get the medal she wanted. But she was happy with her performance, right? So, you see, if she was judging success versus what somebody else did, she probably would have been dissatisfied. But she said, I did the best I can. This is my best, right? And it got me second. I didn't get the medal I wanted, but my performance, I'm happy with it, right? So this is what I want to point to be. And I say this to say because I see a lot of times we are hard on ourselves and we are hard on our kids because we are comparing ourselves or our children to other people's children, right? If our children, for example, doing some exams, and I know we just had the national exams in Guyana there, and your kid did the best given the circumstances, if you can check all the boxes and said, we did as a parent, I did everything I can for my child, I helped them in this area, we had the extra help that we need, they went to school, all the conditions was right at home, we did everything we can do, and this is the child's results. The child went in there, did the best, and got whatever grade they got. You got to be happy with the performance, right? Once you know you did everything you can do and they did the best that they can do, you got to be happy with that. But I see many times people look at what the neighbor child did and or what the neighbor did versus what I do, and they're not happy and they're judging their success based on what somebody else did. Those other personal circumstances might be way different than yours, right? You gotta remember, life is like a game of cards. You got to play the hand you were dealt, right? You got to play the hand you were dealt. So don't compare. You set your goals, you set your standards, and you go and execute and judge your success based on what you can do now versus what your neighbor or someone else is doing, right? So you tell me this, if you go into a race with handicapped people who have a very physical handicap, right? And you have a clear advantage, but you are not handicapped. You go into a race and you won the race. Are you successful? Are you successful because you beat the other people in the race? Right? Was it a fair fight, right? So that's what we're saying. In life, you got to judge for your circumstances, what you have, and know if you do your best. And let success be based on what you can do now versus what somebody else is doing, right? And let's look at the quick scripture here and how Jesus has set this principle for us, right? Is Mark 12:41 through 44. It's the widow's offering, right? A lot of you know this story. Right, it said Jesus sat down opposite the place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd putting their money into the temple treasury. Many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came up and put in 2 small copper coins worth only a few cents, right? Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all the others. They all give out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in everything, all she had to live on," right? You see what he's saying? He's not comparing what this woman gave versus what the other people give. She put in 2 copper coins that worth only a few cents, but they put thousands of dollars into the treasury. But he's saying she still give the most. You see, he's not comparing the amounts. He's comparing that she did her best. She gave everything she had. So she gave more than the people who give thousands of dollars, because they give out of their abundance. But she gave everything she had. And so that's why I'm saying what you should measure your success on. Not what the other person can do, but what you can do. If you do the best that you can do, you should measure your success on that, right, guys? So don't want to go on too long today, but think about that. What is your definition of success? Because if your definition of success is compared to what other people are doing versus what you can do, you might go on your whole entire life being unhappy, being sad, thinking you're a failure when you are not, right? So take a look at that over this weekend. And see what's your definition of success, guys. Have a great weekend, guys. Have a great weekend. Cindy Anderson, thank you for watching. Elvis Simmons, thank you. Mr. Erwin Pinto, thank you guys for watching. And have a great weekend, and we'll talk again on Monday. Goodbye.